So it's a beautiful day. I feel very grateful. The weather though is cold. The temperature's low. Woke up this morning, it was 35 degrees, which is cold for here. It's now warmed up to, we just reached 50. So it's a good chance to do maintenance that I've been putting off during the summer because it was so hot. So this is very comfortable, and this is why we picked today to do the soundproofing, and it's a good chance to do that, and also some other things that we've been putting off. Well, welcome. If you've watched this before, you know that I have a 1994 440 Sundancer by Sea Ray, and great boat. It has 305 horsepower Cummins diesels, and also a diesel generator. And it's a great package. It's very economical. The only problem is when you start the diesel engines, whether it's just the generator or all three engines, it's very loud and makes conversation in the cockpit almost impossible. So what I've been looking at doing, and I'm going to do now, is insulate the hatches that are in the cockpit, which hopefully will cut down the sound 25 to 30%, which would be significant. If that doesn't work, then we'll have to take other measures, which means we'll have to probably insulate everything else in the engine room. But we're going to start this off, but we'll take you step by step through the process, and we'll let you hear the engines before, we'll measure the decibels, and then after we're all done, we'll take another measurement and see if we achieved our goal. Well, in this cockpit, which will seat about 12 to 14 people, there are a total of 4 hatches, and each of those are independent. They can just be pulled out and put to the side. The problem is that they have very poor insulation beneath them, so the sound is getting out. Also, all the gullies where they fit has no insulation in it, so it should have some rubber or something to stop the vibration. So that's what we plan on taking you through. And again, we'll listen to the sound here in just a minute before, we'll measure it, and then we're going to go ahead and listen to it afterwards. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start the generator, and then you'll be able to hear what we experience when we're in the cockpit. And then I downloaded an app for my iPhone. It was free. It's just to test sound levels. So we'll be able to see the difference. Right now, for example, it shows normal conversation, which is about 64 to 68 decibels. And then once we start the engine, we'll see what we're actually fighting against. Okay, so blow is already on. I'm going to go ahead and start each of the diesel engines, and then you'll see how much more the sound is elevated here. So far we have a maximum of almost 94 decibels. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is get rid of this old, outdated insulation. And I mean, there's no easy way. Well, actually, it is pretty easy, but we have to pull it off and then scrape the surface clean so that the new stuff will adhere to it. So now that we have all of the insulation off, it's time to start scraping the residue from the previous installation, and then also we're going to use some acetone to dissolve whatever we can't get off by scraping. We want to ensure that we have a really clean surface so that the new sound barrier along with insulation will make a great contact and an even contact, and will adhere to these hatches for a long time to come. So it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway, all this type of work should be done in a well-ventilated area, and we chose to do this outside. It was a beautiful day. I also chose to wear a mask and gloves while I'm dealing with acetone, because it's just, will do a job on your hands if you get it on your hands, and there's no sense in inhaling any of this material at all. Once this is done, we're going to go ahead and start the cutting and installation process. All right, so we've insulated all the hatches, and before putting everything back together, we're putting this rubber insulation in between where all the hatches lay. That way it'll reduce any vibration and will also help to muffle any additional sound that's trying to sneak out from underneath the sides. And now I found a couple of places in the back that were not insulated at all, so I'm going to go ahead and put those pieces in, and that should be it. Then we'll run our test and see where we are. Well, this is a lot nicer for when we anchor out or on a mooring bar and we have to run the generator. I'm not having to raise my voice to speak to you, nor will I have to with anybody that's going to be with me on the trip. The installation was from a company called SoundProof Cow, which is soundproofcow.com. Super nice people, and as I said earlier, it really works. So good luck to you on your next project, and until then, lead an incredible life. Thank you.